So I just got done watching the season finale of Dexter Original Sin. Surprised that it was like a regular episode. I figured maybe a little bit longer, but in general, all in all, I really enjoyed this episode. So it opens up with seeing Brian's talking to his psychiatrist, and we see what happens to him from his point of view when he was taken away from Dexter and how he grew up and the terrible life he had. And I felt so bad for this kid. Every single time I see him, I feel bad for the younger actor, not the older one. But they show basically like he went from home to home. He was getting bullied nonstop. And you would think what they would know with the kind of trauma that he saw, that they probably put him in the psychiatric ward earlier or get him counseling earlier, you know, to go along, or take him to a home with somebody that can help him a little bit better, you know. But instead they just kept putting him in different homes. And finally, he ends up in an insane asylum because he's a little bit too wild and crazy. But he's always retaliating against people that are mean to him or bullying him already. So you kind of have to give him that when he's a young kid. You feel bad. But anyway, he grows up, and even when he's older and he's in an insane asylum, the only guy he thought there, orderly, that was nice to him, ends up stealing his meds and selling it. So he attacks him and then gets put in like solitary confinement, basically. And then he's talking about to a psychiatrist that he's been able to really control his anger or whatever. But he asks his psychiatrist when will he be allowed to see his brother, and the psychiatrist tells him he can't. And he just flips out and he kills his psychiatrist. And this is like Dexter's triggering all of this for him because all he wants is to be with Dexter. Then we follow Dexter following Spencer to the boat or the shipping yard or whatever. That's what I said. I thought that Nikki was there, and he's trying to find where Spencer hid his son. Dexter makes a lot of noise on purpose because he kind of lost Spencer in this huge ship, and he lets him know that he's there. So this way Spencer wouldn't go, you know, find Nikki and kill him before Dexter can find him. They confront each other. There's a cool little fight scene. Dexter gets knocked down, and then later, you know, Spencer goes down. He pushes this lever. I didn't know this is possible. He pushes this lever, and the room that Nikki's in starts filling up with water, and Nikki's chained, and he's about to die or drown. And Dexter comes down. Dexter's trying to rationalize or reason with Spencer, and basically Spencer says, "That's not my kid." So Spencer found out that Nikki isn't his biological kid. That's why earlier in the season he said, "You've been having an affair with my wife for 13 years," to the guy that said it was his fault that his son was. So that means that's and then that's kind of fucked up. I feel bad for Spencer in that regard, but to go this crazy. So Spencer tells Dexter, "Well, no, now you got to make a choice. What kind of a monster are you? Are you going to follow me, or are you going to save him?" And he runs off. And Dexter goes and he saves Nikki, which is impossible. Nikki would have drowned because that metal thing that was that Nikki was chained to and locked into, that there's no way that pipe would have been. But it's a TV show, so Dexter takes a pipe and busts the latch or whatever it was, the hook that was holding the chain that Spencer locked on, and that would have never happened. That poor kid would have died. But anyway, Dexter saves Nikki, gives him mouth to mouth, gets on top of the boat, shoots a flare, and that's that. We go to the hospital, and Christian Slater and Deb are there talking to Bobby's wife. Bobby's wife leaves. She says they're family. They say they're family, blah, blah, blah. And then the Huerta comes in and says, "We got another body." And then she says the name of the victim. Or right away, Harry knows it's the foster mom. So they leave. Deb with Bobby tell her to watch him until he gets back or whatever. Let me know if anything happens, page me. So they leave. Deb and Bobby talk, or Bobby's out. Deb talks to Bobby and tells her about all her problems and everything, and we don't care about this. And then Harry goes to the crime scene and he sees the body, and is basically 543 section. Harry goes to the crime scene with LaGuerta, and he sees the body in the chainsaw, and the body was dismembered just like Brian's mom. Harry walks out, says he's going to get some air or search around the crime scene, and he says he's looking because he knows Brian's going to be around, because Brian's going to be looking for Dexter. He sees that Brian's in the building across. He goes and confronts him, and they have this little confrontation. Harry points the gun at him, and Brian blames Harry for everything, and like, what did you do to my brother that my brother totally forgot about me? And Harry's like, he was small, he just forgot, he just, you know, blocked it all out, he doesn't remember anything, because Brian says he did confront Dexter already, which was surprising. I even forgot that he was the guy that went up to Dexter and said, can I take that seat? I always thought that scene was weird when Dexter was waiting for his friends. He's like, is that seat taken? I was like, I think that guy was gonna hit on Dexter. It was Brian. Harry basically tells Brian, like, look, two things could be true at once. I could be a terrible fucking person that caused all these problems, but you can also know that I'm the best thing for Dexter right now, because all you're gonna do is bring back all these bad memories and just drag Dexter into the same hole that you're in, or whatever. And Brian says, well, you're gonna have to kill me, because Harry's like, I'm gonna arrest you, I'm gonna take you in. He goes, well, I'm not going to prison, so you're gonna have to kill me. You finished the job or whatever, like saying that Harry tried to kill him, which, you know, Harry sees him, looks at Brian and sees his face turn to that little kid, and he's regretful, you know, of what happened, that it is his fault, and he knew him as a kid, and that he made him into a monster. Kind of later on too, in a way, it's kind of fucked up in a way. Later on, when Dexter and Harry are talking, well, I'll get to that in a second. But anyway, Brian takes the gun, takes Harry's gun, points it at his head, and Harry puts the gun down or something. I don't know, one way or another. All I know is Brian got the gun in his hand afterwards and knocked fucking Harry out and handcuffed Harry to the roof. Harry gets himself out and gets a page from Deb that something's wrong with, to go to the hospital. He rushes to the hospital. Bobby's fine. He's going to make it. And Deb is nervous because she sees the blood on her dad. They hug each other. Everything's fine. Whoopity-doo. So we end up at Nikki's mom's house, and she's watching the news and saying, hopefully, maybe there's something going to be information about Nikki. Maybe they found him or whatever. And her boyfriend's like, oh, come down, just come upstairs to bed. She's like, no, she's going to sit there. So he goes up, and all of a sudden he gets knocked down the stairs, and he's knocked out. And she's like, what? Oh my God. And then it's her, it's Spencer. And he's like, I'm going to fucking kill you. And he starts chasing her. She runs into the bathroom, locks the door, and it's basically, he's like, you told me he was my kid. I mean, that's some like Frank Reynolds type thing, like, you make me raise two bastards for 18 years. He had to raise this kid for almost 13 years. She divorced him, and he had to pay child support. You know, that is some fucked up shit. But not that fucked up that he's gonna go out of his way to kill the kid. I mean, geez. I mean, that's some wild, that's a wild, wild storyline. But all of a sudden, as he's screaming and banging on the door, he gets knocked out, and we see that Dexter's behind him. Dexter knew he was going to go to the house to attack his ex-wife. So he gets him, he drags him out of the house, and he puts him on a slice of pie, right? And Dexter confronts him and talks to him, and Spencer kind of says, says something about Harry, like, you know, what Harry made you this way, some stupid fucking line. And Dexter's like, this isn't about Harry. Like, let's not bring that into this. This is about you. Basically, Spencer's just like, let's get it over with. So Dexter chops his head off and gets blood all over the boat. I'm like, oh my God, Dexter's not this. I can't believe Dexter's this stupid as a young kid. And he's like orgasming over this kill. He cleans the boat, and then he leaves. He goes home, talks to Harry, and they have a conversation, and he tells Harry what happened, and Harry put it all together. Dexter saved Nikki. That, you know, Harry was also like, I can't believe you were right. If I would have listened to you, you could have got him or whatever. And he goes, well, I didn't listen to you either. And then they talk. But this is the problem right here. It's like Dexter says, you know, some people become evil, right? He goes, Spencer wasn't always evil. The guy we knew, he was good. He became like this. He's like, not me. I was born this way. And then Harry like has flashbacks to the container, and then he's like, yeah, you were. It was like, what the fuck? What the fuck, dude? I know they got to do it for the show to be in continuity with the original series, but what the fuck? Harry's a total dick in all of this. They made him like such the fucking piece of shit. Oh Lord, I wonder what James Remar must feel about this. I don't even know if he watches it, but like, I wonder how he feels, like asking James Remar, how do you feel that they made Harry a total fucking asshole? That's the reason for everything. For everything is Harry's fault. But anyway, Dexter gets a promotion. He's no longer an intern. Now he works for Miami Metro. Also, Batista had a line with Harry, where Harry was like, I can't believe I didn't see this. And he says, you were too close to it. You know, the officially you're entitled to like counseling for this, free counseling. He's like, unofficially, I got a bottle of alcohol, under my desk. And then LaGuerta also hears Harry tell Angel that he doesn't think it's a serial killer anymore. And LaGuerta's now suspicious of Harry. So let's see. I have a feeling that Brian is going to be responsible for Harry's death. But I have he kills him, because supposedly Harry hangs himself. So maybe Brian does it. I feel like in season 1 of Dexter, Brian kind of insinuated a line where he says he kind of was responsible. I have to watch it again to be sure. But I feel like I remember that. Like at least I got that impression from a scene him and Dexter talking. And it feels like, I know he said he's confronted Harry, but it feels like he was responsible, to me at least. I was like, that was some fucked up shit. Bobby goes out of the hospital. Everyone's cheering and happy for him. And Dexter's like, this is why I do it. I realize like I have to do this because some people deserve to die, but so other people could live. And then he goes out to eat with his family, and we find out Deb's joining the police academy, and Harry's happy, which I don't know if in the original series Harry actually knew Deb was joining the police academy. But, we're rewriting history here. So I don't know. Any hoozle. Then Harry tells Deb that he's really proud of her because even though it's not college, it's the decision she wants to make. She wants to become a police officer after seeing all the badass women. Kind of that pep talk that Sarah Michelle Gellar gave her, and LaGuerta ignoring her and kind of, I don't know, for some reason make her want to be a cop. And Camila, who just walks around. So, yeah, I don't know. All I know is that girl is really cute. Really, really cute. And then they say she goes to dance. She dances like wild, and then she brings Dexter to dance with her, and Dexter goes and he does his little Dexter imitation. He's mimicking Michael C. Hall. Does a good job, and then they bring Harry along and all dance together. And he goes, I know I'll always have family, which Dexter not now, but back then. But I felt happy. I thought it was cute. I thought the ending was cute, but then you see Brian's outside watching like a little fucking lurker, and I'm like, oh, I wonder what's gonna happen with this. So all in all, though, I like the series. It's a good series. This first season was pretty good, and for people that don't watch or never watched Dexter, because there are people I know. A friend of mine never watched Dexter, started watching the show, was asking me questions after the first episode. They were like, I've asked them, I said, have you watched the new show? And they were like, oh yeah, I'm watching or whatever. And they asked me, oh, was this? They were like so concerned about the kid, about Harry's first kid dying. And I'm like, no, but that's not in the original show. Nobody knew he ever had a kid. So she's like, what should I watch? I'm like, oh, you can watch both. But yeah, this season, pretty good. There's a lot of like garbage in between, but all in all, highly enjoyable. I can't wait for the next season. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about the summer Dexter show. To be honest, the Dexter Born, I don't know, what's it called? Dexter Born Again, Dexter Revive, or Dexter Lives. I don't know, but I don't know how I feel about that series. I haven't heard anything about it. I don't know what it's gonna be about, but I don't know. We'll see, right? Just gotta wait and see. But all in all, really great series. I want a season 2. I hope they greenlit a season 2 because it was really good. It was really fun. I'd probably give the whole season 4 out of 5 stars. I think it was that good, actually, to be honest. It worked out pretty well. Anyway, let me know in the comment section down below what you thought about the entire series, what you thought about the finale. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new here, and I will talk to you guys next time. Peace.